Welcome to the post-game of Pokémon Sword and Pokémon Shield, as we are greeted with that beautiful introduction graphic of the Slumbering Worlds. We are greeted by a visit from Magnolia, who is going to give us a little gift as a celebration for becoming the Galar champion in the previous episode, with a Master Ball, one of the most useful items you can receive in the Pokemon series. Professor Magnolia, why? You didn't have to come all this way. After everything PD Winall has achieved, it's really the least I could do. The wishing stars that make Dynamaxing possible are part of Eternatus. And when Eternatus was awakened, Dynamax energy flooded the entire region. Because of that, Dynamax Pokemon were popping up all over, causing trouble across all of Galar. But PD Winall and his friends came to our rescue. The Dynamax phenomenon has long been an important part of Galarian culture. I hope everyone will use the power of Dynamaxing correctly in the days to come. So, this is going to be the beginning episode of what is a rather short post-game, but a post-game nonetheless. It is rather reminiscent of post-games from Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, which are fetch quests that have you visiting pretty much every single city that you have previously visited in your adventure during the main story to fulfill certain requirements and to obtain the legendary box mascots of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. So our first task is to head deep into the Slumbering Worlds, where we are going to be greeted by Hop. So I will meet you there. And here we are. Hop just about appears in view. How are you doing, Hop? Huh, PD Winall? What are you doing here in the woods? Speaking to Hop right here is going to trigger the beginning of the post-game. You could explore the entire region of Galar without being prompted to visit here. That's why the game kind of prompts you with that introductory graphic. Hop is going to challenge us to a battle to start off the post-game, just to, I don't know, kind of see how we're doing. He's our rival. We've just become the champion. He wants to kind of test his strength. And you know what? I am willing to do that. So all we have to do is speak to him once again. And we jump straight into the battle. Eternatus is going to be probably the main Pokemon we use throughout the entirety of the post-game. While it's slightly under-leveled, its base stats are just so high that it's able to pretty much eliminate absolutely everything, especially if we boost up its special attack with a single X special attack. So, Cotton Guard, that's okay with me because we are using special attacks. We'll just start Dragon Pulsing. Post-game isn't too difficult. There's quite a lot of traveling you need to do, and honestly it's a little bit repetitive. Yeah, I'm really selling the post game to you guys. I'm really giving you a reason to watch these videos, right? But it'll be fun to obtain the legendary Pokemon, the legendary box mascot. So Snorlax should be a 2-hit KO. It's very specially defensively bulky. There we go. High horsepower is going to be super effective, but we are able to tank that. We're going to be going to and from Pokemon Centers quite a lot just to make sure we are prepared for the Pokemon we are going to encounter throughout the course of this short post-game. And our Pokemon are probably going to level up quite a lot. Eternatus is just honestly the perfect Pokemon for this, as his move pool possesses such fantastically strong attacks like Flamethrower, like Dynamax Cannon. If I had PP ups, I'd probably be using our Dynamax Cannon a lot more frequently. But I want to conserve our PP. So only 3 more Pokemon remaining. A Cinderace, which should go down in 1 hit, to even just a +2 Dragon Pulse. If you are struggling with anything in this game post Eternatus fight, highly recommend using it. I know you guys might feel a little bit cheesy not using your main team that you've been able to put together throughout the course of the adventure, but I just like getting through the game as quick as possible and showcasing everything possible. So that's why I go about doing it the way that I do. And with that, was that his final Pokemon? I believe it was. No, Pincharchin. I had a feeling he only used 5 Pokemon, but I don't know. I'm from Birmingham. I can't count to 6, so you'll have to forgive me for that. And we eliminate the Pinchurchin, and thus begins the small post game. It still hurts him, even though we have literally defeated the undefeatable in his brother, the ex-champion, Leon. It still hurts him when we beat him. I feel bad for him. It must suck to be number 2 in absolutely everything. If it isn't the 2 of you again, I was wondering what all the noise was about. If it isn't Sonia. Peter Winall, congratulations on beating Leon. Thank you, no punctuation. Taking it all in stride like it's your due, right? You cheeky thing. Okay, Sonia. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be assisting the professor? Hup, I'm actually not working as my grounds assistant anymore. I am the damn professor now. You are? And really, I've got the 2 of you to thank for that. I was just along for the ride on your adventure, but I ended up taking a real interest in the history of the Galar region. So Sonia lands an incredibly well-paying job as a Pokemon professor, while we are just scavenging off the land in the wild area, despite being the most talented out of the... I mean, she's a literal professor, she's a literal scientist, like... To be fair, that's probably more respectable than being a Pokemon trainer. But I'm still going to complain. So anyway, we are here to return the Rusted Sword and the Rusted Shield back in their place at this little monument, at this little archway. We were just about to do that. I mean, I say we're here to do that. I don't think Hop had many intentions to do that. We think that we're besties with Zacian and Zamazenta. That would be it. Let's put the Sword and Shield back and say a proper thanks for all the help. But in true Pokemon tradition, of course, we are going to run into a spot of bother. Of course we are. Thanks loads for helping us out. Yep, thank you for saving our butts against Eternatus. Because Eternatus, with its base 1200 stats, would have absolutely devastated all 12 of our Pokemon. Who are these shady Pokemon? Shady people. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by his hair. Like, my first thought is, how does he get through doorways? I'm sorry. Well. You wouldn't be the Professor Sonia who wrote the book Galar, A History. Aha. Hello, you bought my book? Why, yes, of course, read it from cover to cover. Oh, we've got fans here. Why, yes, of course, I even wrote an internet review for it. Oh, no. Oh, no. That awful book was filled with lies, so we gave it 1 star. I feel like Game Freak are venting a little bit with these characters. That's just plain rude. I am Sordward. And I am Shielbert. Unusual names. I feel like, were their names before or after the hairdos? I don't know. We are the new kings of Galar. We're descendants of the first kings. More than that, we're celeb. Oh dear. Alright, we got some Poketubers on our hands. New kings, descendants, seriously, what are you on about? What exactly are you two supposed to be? I bet these two carry Sharpies in their freaking pockets or bags at all times. Well. They certainly are dirty. They must be fake. I fear to touch them with my bare hands. Carry Sharpies so they can sign their fans. I don't know, freaking whatever they want to sign. Shielbert took the Rusted Sword. Hey, don't go nicking those. We just returned them. Oh, do shut up. Well, we only happened to pick up some things that were dropped on the ground. If you've got a problem with it, how about you prove to whom they belong? But there's no way anyone can prove who those ancient things belong to. Even if we can't prove it, they're really important to Zacian and Zamazenta. Oh goodness, such a plebeian. It's honestly like reading Reddit comments, to be honest, and yet so pushy. If it's really so important to you, perhaps we should settle this with a battle. We're celebrities who buy battles for twice what they're worth. Sonia. Yeah, you're right. The magnificent Sordward, I'm your opponent. Let's go. Let's put this. Like, I've had some dodgy haircuts in my time, but never quite as bad as this guy. Wower. Actually, I don't know, to be fair. Let's be honest. I'd prefer to have this guy's haircut. At least it has some kind of character to it. Anyway, we should be able to... I'm just going to X special attack pretty much everything we come across. Just because, like, why not? We may as well be at 2 times the damage per Pokemon just for a single turn's worth of use. It's just like using a Swords Dance or something like that. Toxtricity, fantastic Pokemon. Haven't been able to use it as much as I'd like to. Bisharp. Bisharp is a Pokemon I would have adored to use in this walkthrough. It's just a shame that Pawniard evolves so late at level 54. It's just very unreasonable to carry a base stage evolution to that level. Doublade, another Pokemon I'd have loved to use. In fact, talking of Doublade, I need to find out where the Eviolite is. There we go, super effective. Opposing Doublade fainted. Do you have one more Pokemon? Believe you do. Yeah, Golisopod. Golisopod, that's an interesting choice. That's not sword themed like the 3 other Pokemon. Like Surfetched, it's a Lance. Bisharp is, I guess, some kind of soldier. Sucker Punch, that's fine. I've made a mistake using Flamethrower there. It can't be ejected out the battle. Sucker Punch, oh, that's fine. We're going to go heal up after this battle anyway. Because we want Eternatus to be at full health for the upcoming battle. So do we have... No, we don't have priority. I mean, we do have priority on our team in terms of Inteleon, but I just thought it's not really worth using it. May as well just use Brave Bird on this. Easy battle. All level 60s. So Eternatus is probably going to be your best bet unless you've done a ton of grinding for max raid battles and catching high-level Pokemon in the wild area. There we go. Sent out Corviknight because Amulet Coin. You took back the Rusted Sword to somehow have defeated the adorable Pokemon I go strolling with. You're certainly strong. However, it appears that my younger brother was victorious. Oh, Hop, we can't rely on you for absolutely anything, can we? Absolute tomfoolery. Isn't that the one who stopped Eternatus? And now I look closely, I believe it is. God, stalkers. What a rude child, snatching up our chance at glory like that. I've just realised, I've been thinking, every time we've had a gym battle and we're in our gym uniform, I thought our character looked a little bit weird, and it's just clicked why. We're wearing a hat 90% of the time. Anyway, I mean the one that hid the historical ruins of Zacian and the others? Hold on a moment, Petey Winner wasn't the one who destroyed it. Let's withdraw for now. Next time we shall bring Pokemon that will utterly defeat you. Oh, I do not like these people. They're self-proclaimed celebrities. They have a bunch of money they can use to buy out Pokemon battles and stuff like that. What pretentious little... I'm trying to think of an insult that is at least PG. I don't know. Anyway, Sordward and Shielbert, was it? I think I might know something about where those 2 weirdos went. Weirdos. That's a good insult. I like that. Meet up later then. I'll head back to the lab. Unfortunately, Sonia does take us out of the Wealds there. So we are able to make our way to the Pokemon Laboratory. Just via a short bike ride. That was a terrible description. Come on, Phil. Here we are. We meet Sonia right here. And we are going to be informed of our next set of tasks. Professor Sonia, you have a visitor. Hey, Peter, we're all glad you're here. They styled out that animation. For a second, I thought that animation was going to look absolutely terrible. But thankfully, they styled it out, making a turn and then walk to us. I've been keeping all the wishing stars the Chairman has been gathering here in the lab. Things have been a little hectic around here, but my assistant has been handling things in a proper fashion. She's really been helping me keep things afloat. She looks shady as frick. I really haven't been doing all that much. You're PD Winnoll, the champion, right? I'm really glad I got to meet you. It's an honor, truly. Come here for a moment, would you? There's something I want you to have a look at. So, this is where we're going to be informed of what we need to do next to advance the story of the postgame. Remember my power spot detector, right? It takes places where Dynamaxing is in high concentration. Basically, when there's a high concentration of Galar particles, the readings spike. So right now, she's going to tell us the 2 locations where the power spot detector recognizes there's a lot of, I guess, Dynamax energy. Sordward and Shielbert might claim to be royalty with their weird fancy names, but it's easier to just call them weirdos, don't you think? Yo, Sonia's on my wavelength. Let's get back on topic, though. Place power spot detectors all around Galar, now it's their time to shine. Yo, you're a absolute wizard with this kind of stuff. So we are told there is a ton of kind of power spot detection right here in Turffield. So that is our first location. It's a way bigger reaction than I would have thought. Looks like it's coming from Turffield Stadium. That is where we are going to head to. So previously on in the game, there was reports of, say, that Galarian Meowth, or that I can't remember its name, but the evolution of Meowth, its new evolution, where it was Dynamaxed and Leon had to defeat it. That's basically the fetch quest we are going to have to partake in right now. So, I always go into Pokemon to fly. We are going to have to fly to Turffield Stadium and take out the Dynamax Pokemon that has appeared there. So we're going to fly there, and I'm going to quickly heal up, and we are going to head to Turffield Stadium, as we were told to do so. Right here. So, this little quest is going to require us to take on Dynamax Pokemon at effectively every single gym, with 1 or 2 exceptions. How carefree can you be? You're the new champion. You're bigger than a Dynamax Pokemon right now. So, the first 2 gyms, we are going to receive help from the designated gym leaders. So, it should be fairly simple, and Eternatus honestly really is the easiest Pokemon to use, just because it has Dynamax Cannon. Dynamax Cannon and its base attack doubles if it's used against the Dynamax Pokemon, meaning these raids, these Dynamax Pokemon are so much easier to take on. And the tip I'm probably going to give later on, this is without me verifying, but in max raid battles as well, Eternatus is probably going to be number 1. There'll probably be some kind of tier list. But anyway, we are going to take on the very first Dynamax Pokemon of the postgame. It should be fairly simple, especially with a little bit of added help. Terrifying. I hate the Dynamax cry. I hate the max raid cries. They're so... oh, they give me shivers. Okay, Eternatus is exerting its pressure. We can't Dynamax at Eternatus, but that's fine, because we are just going to Dynamax Cannon. That's going to do a healthy chunk. Not as much as I was expecting. Pyro Ball does a lot more. It's probably going to be 2-hit, 2-turn KO. You've got unlimited turns to do this. Wow, as Serena absolutely defeats Flapple right there. Milo's Flapple. Flapple is so cool. Hop can Dynamax now. So the annoying thing is, Hop always chooses to Dynamax if you decide not to, meaning you always have to sit through the animation, even though it takes about 10-15 seconds. And sure, it's not a long time, but still, it's just like, no, it's on the verge of fainting anyway. We don't have to worry about that. Don't Dynamax. Hold your horses. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Serena seems okay, though. There we go. First one defeated. Next, we are going to have to go to I'm trying to remember the name of the city. It is... No, the second Gym City. There we go. This Dynamax stuff, no matter how many times I see it, I still don't like it. I can see your dislike of Dynamaxing still hasn't changed, Peters, but there was definitely something off about that Dynamax transformation. Something off indeed. I mean, it looked like a regular Dynamax to me, and Pokemon can Dynamax in gyms, so honestly, I'm not sure. I didn't really feel anything unusual. There's no trainer to be found. This really is a mystery wrapped in an enigma. I'll make sure Turffield Gym takes good care of this Pokemon for the time being. I mean, it'd be cool if they gifted it us. If we had the opportunity to catch it. I'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? Especially because we just defeated it in what was essentially a raid battle. So, well. Looks like that Dynamax nonsense has calmed down. Well. The champion is expected. They're just everywhere, and I just don't like them. You know, of all the criticism Pokemon Sword and Shield has received, quite rightfully so, look at the hair physics on Sordward, whatever his name was. Look at that hair physics. I'm quite impressed. Normal rules simply just don't apply to us. Yes, that's what it means to be... Oh, shut up. You sound like loads of Poketubers. It seems that experiment was a success, younger brother. Quite quiet next time. Let's try to Dynamax an even stronger Pokemon. Yes, at least we shall reveal the true nature of Zacian and Zamazenta. That's what it all comes down to. That's why they're in the business. If there's more like celebrity... Oh, just stop talking. You're making yourself look like absolute... No, I'm not going to say it. I censor myself quite a lot in my videos, in my live streams. I'm probably a little bit more relaxed than myself, and I'm trying to be good for you guys. Let's continue on. So, we are going to be notified of a secondary. Yeah, a right proper mess. Just when I thought the Galar particle count around Turffield had calmed down. Hulbury and Motostoke. Okay, explain exactly what happened. Dynamax Pokemon went on a rampage. Pretty self-explanatory. We know exactly what happened. So like I said, this is just one big fetch quest, going from one place to another to have a single battle in locations that we have visited frequently throughout the course of the game, just to give each area one last hurrah, much like the Delta episode in Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and just like the Ultra Beast quest in Sun and Moon. I quite like it. It gives us a reason to visit each and every single area, because I probably wouldn't be visiting, say, Turffield ever again. So it gives us a reason. In fact, I thought there was only one more to do. It turns out that there's going to be two more. So that's pretty good. We don't need to heal up our Pokemon. We can just head straight to the stadium. And yeah, hopefully we're able to retain... Oh, we might need to heal up after... No, we shouldn't have to heal up after this fight, to be fair. We have been very conscious of Eternatus' PP in that first fight. The more I look at you three, the more I see how an odd little group... To be fair, we do look quite odd as a trio. But we're here to save the world again for a second time. All in a day's freaking work for a 10-year-old in the Pokemon region. And this Pokemon is going to be a Gyarados. Interesting. Let's go. It's weird seeing the stadiums with no crowd in them. It's cool. I didn't realise that they had that textured. Attack fell. All of our Pokemon's attacks fell, but that's fine. I'm using special attacks. Unfortunately, we can't Dynamax our Pokemon, but that is okay. I think this is the first Gyarados we've seen in this playthrough, which is interesting. Does a healthy third of the amount that we need to, unfortunately. Wow. That goes down in one hit. That must have been... What rock type attacks does Gyarados learn? I can't remember. Rock Tomb. Speed fell there, and does that mean Hop is completely out of the battle? It does, it does. It would be revived in 3 or 4 turns, but for now, we will be able to finish Gyarados off. Easy peasy. I was thinking of obtaining a Gyarados prior to the Elite Four, just because you can encounter them at such high levels in the wild area, but I decided against it, just because, of course, we already have our Inteleon. There's no real need for it. So, one last Dynamax Pokemon to take on, and that is at Motostoke. That is Southern, right here. Doing it in order of the gyms that we took on. So, of course, Turffield, Gym 1, Motostoke is Gym 3. Let's go. And, of course, the previous one we just took on was Gym 2. I don't know why we have to go off our bike there. I don't understand that. In my test playthrough of this little bit of the game, I questioned the same thing. Is it an animation problem? I don't know. Anyway, Kaboo is here to give us some assistance. I'm glad you remember me. Of course I do. You two were Red Heart after all. I'll never forget seeing you off after you completed the first leg of the gym challenge. This should be easy enough. Especially with 4 people. I mean, it'd be nice if, say, I don't know, Milo helped with the previous one, Nessa helped with this one, and Kaboo helped with the one in Turffield, just so, we had some type advantages, because using a fire-type Pokemon against Torkoal, there's no real point. What Pokemon does he send out, though? Yeah, what's the point? In a Center Scorch, is that its name? I can't remember. I forget, it's been a couple of hours, and I've already forgot. Look at me go. Terrible with names. Oh, I want to see its name. It is Center Scorch. Go me! Dynamax Cannon should do, again, roughly a third. Yeah, good enough. And we will be able to KO it on the next turn. Unless we get lucky with someone. No, unfortunately not. Max Quake doesn't hit us. Okay, that's good, because 1, it means that Hop isn't going to Dynamax his Pokemon, and 2, that would have KO'd us, and that wouldn't have been pretty. So it's within range of a Dynamax Cannon KO. Easy peasy. Critical hit. Oh, that would have been nice on the previous turn, but it is what it is. And with that, we have completed the first leg of this quest. This Pokemon rest here at the Motostoke Stadium. So now we are going to have to return back to the Pokemon Laboratory back home. We are going to be called by Sonia, I believe. Your Voton phone is ringing. I'd never have my phone on loud. It is on silent constantly. Phone calls and texts get me freaking anxious, man. Let's hurry to the Pokemon lab. He really doesn't think anything through. Sure does make him seem a proper fool. Now, I guess the word should be reckless. Okay, so in the next episode, we are going to resume the post-game quest and make our way to the legendary Pokemon, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Depending on time and stuff like that. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you found it helpful and entertaining. Subscribe so you listen to more of my future Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield videos. A like would be really appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next one.